It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.
Hey guys, Tyler here. Yesterday I made a video on why exactly I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump for this year's election, and at the same time I uploaded this video. This actually occurred during a Trump rally in Pennsylvania.
You want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
There are many different aspects that I want to talk about for this particular video about what happened towards Donald Trump. The first aspect I want to talk about is the ideas, the notion of the various reactions that I have seen directly from far leftists. Look no further than this reaction right here.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away!
This comes directly from leftist influencer Destiny. If we learn anything today, I hope it's realizing the importance of principles I've stressed many times on stream before. Having a firearm means absolute nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. I'm voting for the bullet. Unfortunately, comments like these are incredibly common on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok. And so I guess there are two major explanations on the why people actually react like that and why exactly Donald Trump was almost assassinated yesterday. Now let's look at the rhetoric that's been said since 2016, once Donald Trump started to become president of the United States and start running against Joe Biden back in 2020. The most common rhetoric that I heard during that time period was punch Nazis. They basically compared and contrast people who are like, Trump supporters to being like the most deplorable people during that time period. There were actually celebrities that openly called for the absolute assassination of Donald Trump, like this particular image right here. There were various rhetoric of how they basically compare and contrast what Donald Trump is doing to Adolf Hitler. And so when you have absolute extremist rhetoric, it is going to be bound to happen like something like this one day, because unfortunately, many people internalize the media. They look at the claims of the media. They don't necessarily evaluate the claims of the media. And because that they don't necessarily evaluate the claims, they take everything at face value. And some people are at the flipping tip to become more and more radicalized. I think that's the main reason why we see so many unhinged comments like this. Is largely because many people, unfortunately, has bought into the mainstream media, and this is actually the direct result of people doing these kind of rhetoric over the years.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
This comment comes directly from the presenter of BBC's Radio 4 briefing room, David Arnoldovich. He says right here, if I was Biden, I'd hurry up and have Trump murder on the basis that he is a threat to America's security. Now, this comes directly from the New Republic, and as you guys can see right here, again, they compared and contrast Adolf Hitler to Donald Trump in that particular image. The main point that I'm trying to say right here is that the years upon years of media propaganda is directly responsible for this. And yes, all the journalists who compared and contrast Trump to Hitler, all the freaking people that call for the punching of Nazis, all the celebrities and also journalists that called for the direct death of Donald Trump, the blood is on your hands. Yes, every single last individual who have led to that point, in my eyes, are absolutely guilty about what occurred during yesterday. Now, when it comes down to the initial reporting about what actually occurred yesterday, unfortunately, the media also have bias about the direct result of the incident. This comes directly from CNN Politics. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage as he falls at the rally. Falls? As you guys saw on the video clip I just demonstrated, everybody know that he was actually shot at. It was not necessarily a case of him actually falling down. He was actually ducking for cover. Now, this comes directly from the Washington Post. Trump escorted away after loud noise at Pennsylvania rally. Again, the loud noise was actually the bullets. Secret Service, Donald Trump safe after popping sounds heard at rally. From the New York Times, Trump rushed off stage after chaos at rally. There is no denying the fact that you guys and I saw the video about what occurred during the beginning of this video. Everybody, and I mean everybody, know what actually occurred. Yet the media is playing stupid about what actually really occurred and try to downplay the assassination attempt about what occurred to, Donald Trump. And that right there demonstrates that they have a personal, you can say, bias against somebody like Donald Trump versus somebody like Joe Biden. Now, it's so sad too, because I remember reading at some point that originally they want to make sure that Donald Trump had no sort of Secret Service agents whatsoever. But I'm so glad that he actually had that during the whole entire event. If there's one major takeaway from this direct event, I would say that Donald Trump, by far, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to be the president of the United States. I have no doubt after this event. And the main reason why he is going to be the president of the United States is largely because people actually are naturalistically empathetic. And because most humans are empathetic, what they do is actually care about the underdog. They actually try to make sure that Donald Trump went to jail. That did not necessarily work. They tried to trial him for insurrection, and that did not necessarily work either. They tried to assassinate the dude, and that did not necessarily work. And so the more and more they actually push back against Donald Trump, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I mean, look at this image right here. This right here is probably like, gonna be in like history textbooks in the future, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, this is like the most patriotic image anybody gonna see. Here we have a presidential candidate actually taking the bullet for us and still shining like, sunshines and roses. Meanwhile, our current president can barely get off on a plane when he tries to travel somewhere else to a different country.